Hey again designers, it's Instructor Josh here from Studio Web, and a new video means I'm coming back with some more great tips for you to better design your mobile version of the NSCC website. In this video we're going to talk about three things. Thinking creatively, how to convert a website without totally remaking it, and taking the site and testing it. So let's jump in! Number 1. Thinking creatively. I know that during our last class, I ran through a lot of the things you could do to make your desktop sites turn into mobile pages. There are some basic principles of mobile web design that are universal. Things like type sizes, taking them and increasing them or decreasing them, adjusting column layouts so they fit into a single column. It goes on and on. I want to make it clear that when I talk about these principles, I'm not trying to give you a cheat code to success. I'm trying to give you the most basic version of a solution to a problem so that you can build on that minimum viable version of your mobile site. And if you don't remember us talking about minimum viable products, you should see the previous video. When I'm giving you suggestions like taking a few images and turning them into a carousel, that's a great starting point. Once you've done a first draft of your mobile design, I want you to start thinking about how you could build on those things and improve them, or do them more creatively. It's at this point that you want to start looking online and taking inspiration from sites that do it better. Remember, the example I gave about how if you were building an online shop, you might want to look at Amazon, or if you're building a digital product, you might want to look at Google. That's because they're the biggest in their spaces, and they have spent a lot of time and money building what they think the best version of their product can be. Now, does that mean that Google and Amazon are the most creative organizations? No, but they have sites that work consistently, serve millions of people, and have years of research backed by millions of dollars. In the world of design, and especially web design, most of the time somebody's already solved a problem you're looking to solve. If that's the case, it means you can find a solution someone else has already used and borrow it for your site. Now that doesn't mean copy it, but it means you can take their solution, try to figure out why they used it, and apply it to your problem. Convert, don't remake. This is the first time you're designing for mobile, so while it may feel a little intimidating, don't stress, because we're purposefully taking away a huge element of the design challenge here. You're not building a whole new site. You're taking a site you've already fully fleshed out and moving its already existing pieces around to make it work on mobile. The challenge here is not to build a new website. We've talked about this in class a few times, but it's important to remember what we're doing is imagining we didn't even design our original sites. Imagine you were given this job by someone you're freelancing for. They come to you and say, "Hey, master designer, I have this incredible desktop site that I love. Can you take this site, which, by the way, I love, and give me a mobile design version of it without changing it too much?" I have to remind you, I love this site. If someone came to you with that task for a site they loved, did they mention that they loved it? Yeah, you would want to be as faithful to the design as you could be to the original design. That's the case here too. Don't change things for the sake of changing them, and be prepared to explain exactly why you made any changes you felt were unavoidable when converting it to mobile. I'm not kidding here. If you had a client that asked you to take their beloved site design and turn it into a mobile site design, and you took it and made a totally different website or changed something fundamental about it, they'd be upset. Think conversion to mobile rather than remaking it as mobile. Take that site and test it. If you're designing something for a desktop or laptop, it makes a lot of sense to preview it on a desktop or laptop device. If you are designing something for mobile, test it on mobile. Make sense? I'm sure this is one of those things that you think is very obvious when you hear it out loud. You would be amazed, though, how many people don't test their sites as they would exist in the real world. You can open a PDF on any device, export your working file to a PDF, or even to an image file of your choice, and open it up on your phone. Stretch the image so it's the full screen and start scrolling through it. You'll need to take time to review your site as it would work in the real world. Viewing it on mobile is going to be one of the only ways you can tell exactly how it's going to look to a user who would eventually visit the page. If you don't want to take your work and test it where it would ultimately be displayed, how can you really know how it's going to look? You can't. And don't tell me you tested it on your desktop. but use the power of imagination. Or that you held a piece of construction paper up against your screen so you could tell how it looks. Just test it on a phone. Okay, that's about all I have to run through today, but I'll see you in class, and I look forward to seeing your mobile site designs. See ya.